This is not the time to be going at brothers or brothers going at brothers. And I'm saying that because it's going to appear as if I'm going after the brother I'm about to mention. I am not. I just watched a brother Polight video, and I've watched his videos in the past. And I agree with a lot of stuff he says. A lot of stuff I don't agree with. And like anything else, I understand his perspective. I just happen to have a different perspective. He just did a video that, was a little, was sort of entertaining in the sense, he was talking about the riots, and he's talking about people were chucking in water bottles and stuff like that. Where the gangsters? He wanted to know, are the gangsters meditating? I was laughing my ass off. Are the gangsters meditating? Y'all quick to gangbang on each other. I got the G code right here. And you gangbangers, y'all must be all meditating. Like, he was hot, but I was enjoying it. I found it entertaining. Let me say something to the gangsters who were meditating. Thank you. Thank you for meditating, and thank you for not getting involved in that shit. Thank you. Okay? Now, oh my God, you going against Brother Polight? No, I'm not going against Brother Polight. I'm offering a different perspective. All of you who agree with Polight and think the gangbangers should be out there busting for this apparently reported slain brother on video, Floyd, with a knee to the neck by a cop for 9 minutes. All of you out there that are mad that gangbangers are not participating in these riots, so it could be instead of water bottles, gunfire. Let me offer you a different perspective. How do I want to put this? There's a brother on the internet who did a video on my son recently, and I wish I could remember his name because I sort of want to give him credit. Light skin. His name escapes me for the minute, and I just got off work. It's like I said, 10 hours. It's on this graveyard shift, so my mind, I really should shoot this later, but I feel like I can't afford to wait to shoot it later because I want to do my part to make sure that you might see this and talk to somebody and miss an opportunity to meditate. To the gangsters that Polight says are meditating, let me say thank you. Thank you for staying at home, and thank you for not being involved in this riot shit. Now, the brother who put the video on, Hassan, I think his name is Hassan, light skin, Bronx nigga. Hassan, I think is what his name is. If it's not Hassan, I apologize. But I watched your video on lunch breaks at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, where you was correcting, rightfully so, my son and China Mac, who I will not discuss in this video. You're gonna get him far worse than I could get him. So I'll let you handle China Mac. You remember on Facebook where you guys were talking about going to Area 51? Do you remember that? Y'all were planning on going to Area 51. It was this great big Facebook thing, and y'all were all planning it. And y'all going, and some of y'all went. And the same thing Hassan said in his video applies to that Facebook shit that happened with Area 51. All of you who talked about going, all of you that promoted going, all of you that had the balls to go and show up, you dumbasses brought your phones with you, and Google is tracking you. And like Hassan says to all the people who went to the to participate in riots who bought their phones, you are now on the terrorist list, you dumbasses. You would do better if you're not, listen, you don't have to listen to me. I'm a regular dude. But there's plenty of people out here like Hassan, like Crystal Springs or Crystal Waters. It's one or the other. Correct me in the comments. There's so many, Floor Burn. There's so many people out there, Bobby Hemmett. There's so many people, Dr. Phil Valentine. There's so many people out here that are giving you enough information for you to fall back and chill. Yo, if you're not going to do any research about Illuminati Illuminati games, the Illuminati cards, and how this stuff, you can see what's happening as it's happening. And you can make informed decisions. And what I would say is, the same thing I've said in my past videos: fall back. Fall back. I wonder if it's too late to fall back. Back to Polight. So to all the gangsters, the Bloods, the Crips. I don't want to really name y'all, but I name y'all know who y'all are. Latin Kings, who could have been involved with these riots and bought your tools. You know what I mean? And aired it out and did not thank you. Continue to meditate. Yeah, I've been telling y'all to meditate anyway. I'm not specifically gangsters. I've been telling people in general. Get on the beach if you can. Walk barefoot before the sun comes up. Sun gaze. Have your bare feet on the ground, so these negative energies, but you can connect to Mother Earth and her core, and you can play a part to restore health and restore balance and things of that such. All that stuff works. Continue to do that. Continue to do that. I would love to see a video of a Blood and the Crip together on the beach, barefoot, as the sun's coming up, meditating. I think that would be dope. Okay, all of you who I'm in Atlanta now, specifically. So all of you who were out there at the Gucci store and knocking it off and Gucci belts and Gucci bags, congratulations. You probably bought your cell phones and you are on the government's terrorist list now. I'm not marching for nobody. I'm not protesting for nobody. I'm not. And I don't suggest you do either. And it's not that because I don't care. It's that's not it. Things didn't go to plan with this coronavirus. This corona scam. It didn't go to plan. Okay? It didn't go to plan. Listen, Shanghai is 10 hours from Wuhan. They only had 6 deaths from corona. Shanghai. You know why? Because Shanghai is where all the money is. That's where all the rich people in China live. Shanghai. Okay? There were only 4,000 deaths. It was maybe a little more than that now. But it was at the time that I did the research, it was only a couple of weeks ago, it was only 4,000 deaths in China. Okay? There were 15,000 deaths in New York at the time that I did the research. It's over 20 now for coronavirus. That should have told you in itself that this shit wasn't what the news was saying it is. And the fact that it was on the news should have told you that corona wasn't what it said it was. And there's too much information out there and I put information out there. You know, it's little old me for you not to get caught up in that. Okay, I want to thank the gangsters that Brother Polight saying is put him on blast. He had a G code. What he was holding the G code, a G code. You know, code of the streets and stuff like that. And he was really chastising these gangsters for not being out there to air it out in the riots. It got me wondering about you, Brother Polight, because you are way too smart to be talking reckless like that. No, I'm not saying you were promoting gun violence. What I'm saying is, if people were out there tossing water bottles, they shouldn't have been out there to begin with. It shouldn't have been. But if they're out there tossing water bottles, I'd rather water bottles than bullets. Okay? Because ain't no names on bullets. And it's not the time for that. It's just not. We have been under martial law since the 30s. So all these people talking about Trump, you know, signed his power over to FEMA and stuff like, yeah, all that's true. But the country's been under martial law since the 30s. Facts. The day we went from the Republic of the United States to USA, the corporation, when all the gold was gone and the collateral became people, the people became collateral to the U.S. corporation's debt. They reorganized their debt in the early 30s, and at that point, we were under martial law. Everything else since then has been a slow move the line, take away freedoms over time. They play this game out in centuries. Okay? They just don't make... This is not a week-to-week thing for them. They play this game out over centuries, and then they adjust and monitor. This is some AI shit. AI is... Listen, shout out to Source God. So you never heard of him. I know. You better YouTube him. Shout out to Source God. Okay? You need to check out his AI video. Let me give him credit. This is not new. This is not new. The problem actually is free will for AI. The problem is actually free will. Because you have the free will to think, and you have the free will to stand still sometimes and step back and see a broader perspective. You have the free will to do that. Now, whether you exercise that, that's on you. I would suggest that you fall back. And it's not the first time I've said it. I'm glad I'm on the record for saying it. You got no business burning down stores and things like you got no business participating. It's in your own neighborhood. Now, I know the fuckery of jobs. I could go into how your paycheck from your jobs the money actually comes from an account that you don't know exists, that's already in your name. The money is already yours. You're working for free. That's part of the slavery shit that was reorganized when this country became a corporation. Okay? Harvey Dent. Go back and check out some of Harvey Dent, because Harvey Dent told y'all this years ago. And either it went over your head or you just didn't pay attention to it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. What I will say is COVID did not go over like it was supposed to. The death tolls didn't come close to what was planned. And so they had to monitor and adjust. They are playing chess, and you are playing checkers. You're reacting to everything. I told you to get in control of your emotions. In control. And I'm not somebody doing some Monday morning quarterbacking or whatever from a previous Sunday game. I'm not. I told you this stuff before you rioted. It's in the channel. And I told you to share it. Not because I like likes. You don't have to like it. Share it. I told you to share it. Don't watch it and then share it. Not because I want views and monetization. This channel's not monetized that I know of, and I don't have enough. I think I got 15 subscribers. So no, I don't know how much longer the internet's going to be around. Now, I've been telling people in my family that for a long time. Nobody in my family's listening to me. It's okay. I get it. You know, I get it. When you come into this universal site, it screws up everything on this plane of existence. And so people look at you and look at where you're at, your status, and say, well, why should we pay attention to you? Look what your life doesn't look so great. Look at the kind of job you're working. Look, you're smoking cigarettes. Yeah, I know cigarettes is bad for you. I smoke cigarettes to keep my vibration just low enough so that you can hear me. Okay? Because with all the sun gazing I do, and with all the earthing and grounding that I do, and all the meditation that I do, if I stop smoking, the only people who could hear me are people who are on the same wavelength that I'm on. And that doesn't serve you because you're not on my wavelength. I gotta disrupt my wavelength and my vibration enough to vibrate low enough for you to hear me. For you to get the opportunity to hear me. It's like throwing starfish back in the sea. If there's 1 million starfish out in the sea and I'm out there and I'm throwing in as much as I can throw in, well, on the grand scale of things, I didn't make that much of a difference, but I made a difference to the starfish that I was able to catch and throw back in the water. That starfish appreciates it. Wink, wink, GG. GG, starfish. I'm always in your corner. Always. Always. I got to do a different kind of work right now. But I'm always in your corner. Pause. What you have allowed to happen by those of you who are out there protesting is you have allowed for the coming second wave of corona. And the reason that's going to be, one of the reasons given for the wave is going to be all of you were out in the street rioting, not social distancing, and that's why the second wave happened. That's going to be part of it. That's going to be part of it. Curfews are already in effect for a lot of cities. You guys are wilding. You need to protect your blocks. You need to protect your blocks. Message to the gangsters. The message to the gangsters Polight should have gave the gangsters. Stay neutral. Stay neutral and stay on pause. But keep your tools with you. And any face that's not familiar, that's in your hood, on your block, check them. Example. I'm from New York. I live in Georgia now. I can't go to Compton on a particular street and set up shop and get work and sell work. I can't do that. You know why? Because my face is not familiar, and at some point I'm gonna be checked. Yo, who are you? What you doing? What you doing around here? That's what you should be doing, gangsters. You Latin Kings, you Bloods, you Crips, Vice Lords, etc. Protect your block. Ain't no new faces supposed to be able to come in your neighborhood, tearing up anything. That's what you do. If you're gonna do anything, that's what you do. Other than that, fall back. Fall back. You have been practicing on each other for decades. Defending your territory. Y'all been knocking niggas off left and right, defending your territory for, illegal activity, whatever. Selling drugs is illegal. There's drug wars and whatever. Y'all know what y'all do. Y'all know what y'all do. Bobby Hemmett would say, no, that wasn't Bobby Hemmett. Let me not put words in his mouth. Bobby Hemmett didn't say that. Farrell from Chicago said, don't worry about the gangsters that are knocking each other off. They just practicing. I was caught off guard when he said it. I had to go into meditation with that, and there's a higher perspective, and it was like, oh, there's a point to that. You have done work in the street, and when you're at home, you're playing video games, Call of Duty. Every rifle, every ammo, all these. You just become experts. What you need to understand is, to win this war that you're in, that you don't know you're in, guns are not even required. The real battles are fought in the astral. The results from what happens astrally bleeds into this plane of existence. Now, I know I just bumped shit up a little bit, and I didn't mean to, but I was forced to. Okay? What you see here is a reflection of what's going on a higher dimension. And I don't expect you to understand that unless you a Brother Panic fan. Fan is not the right word. Round table participant. Because in my mind, I have this giant wood round table, and people sit around that table. Flora Byrne has a seat there. People like her, you know what I'm saying? Amina, she has a seat there. Bobby Hemmett, obviously. Dr. Delbert Blair, obviously. Dr. Sabi, R.I.P., rest in power, obviously, and still has a seat there. Okay? The communication is different. But Dr. Sabi still has a seat there. Seed planted. Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, it's a bunch of them. Brother Panic has a seat there, because the perspective is needed sometimes. Brother Panic, you wrong on this one. You and I love you. It's said with love. You are way smarter than me, and you are well more studied than I am. You're wrong on this one. You want the gangsters meditating. So I know you was being sarcastic when you asked that, but I'm telling you, if the gangsters are home meditating, that's exactly what you want. You want them meditating until they get a chance to hear this. You protect your block, your family, your squad. You fall back off of the color wars and all that stuff. The time for practicing on each other is over. You got no business wasting bullets if you're gonna use guns. But remember, for this battle, you don't even need guns. You just need to vibrate higher. Might be a good time to get off meat. I'm just saying, it might be a good time to get off meat. I'm tired, and I know that I'm rambling, and I apologize. I probably should have waited to do this so that it would have more structure. I just didn't feel like waiting for it to have more structure. This is a rant. It's what it is. It's a rant. It's a spiritual rant, and you can tell when I vibrate a little higher, and you can tell when I'm vibrating low. I am not attacking my brother Polight. It's not that. We don't want gangsters burning stores in our neighborhoods. We don't want that. We don't want anybody burning stores in our neighborhoods. Let me take it a step further. We don't want anyone burning stores in neighborhoods that are not ours. So no, don't go to the rich people and burn their stores. Don't even do that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want to give mind-controlled people the ammo they need to move in on us. Not like that. We don't want that. We don't want that. You better worry about food. The food supply chain, you better worry about that. That's been interrupted. You better worry about that. I told somebody, the landlord, it's a good time to plant a garden. I said, you're going to wish that you had plant the garden. And then a week later, I looked out, she was actually planting a garden. And she took it 10 levels above what I suggested. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, damn. And she's got no interest in understanding the stuff that I study. But vibrationally, something stuck with her. She didn't need the information. She went out and planted a garden. It's a good time to do that. Hydroponics. While you have YouTube, study hydroponics. While you have YouTube, collect seeds. Collect seeds. Start planting. Buy trees while you can buy them. Put them in your yard. Buy your avocado trees. Buy your pear trees. Buy your apple trees. You're gonna need a food source. It's going to be a good idea to have a food source, okay? Don't let people come in from out of state and screw up your neighborhoods. Somebody organize the gangs in your neighborhoods. That's what you do. You organize the gangs in your neighborhoods to protect your neighborhoods. That's what you do. You don't let strangers come in, crisis actors, come in and burn shops down in your neighborhoods. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. Were you telling them to help the police if need be? If need be, to keep peace in your neighborhood? That's probably you do not want war in your neighborhood. I tell you what you don't want. You don't want the National Guard in your neighborhood. Because these people in the National Guard have only been trained to follow orders. That's it. And when the order is given, there will be no second guessing. I'm telling you, this is not a fear thing. I'm just telling you. It's going to be, sir, yes, sir. Mind control. Mind control from the first day they get off the bus. You maggot, get down, give me 50 push-ups. Sir, yes, sir. They weed out the people who are mentally tough, who think for themselves and have the ability to not take an order because it goes against their spirit. They weed those people out. So the people who are coming are people who don't have the ability to say, that don't feel right. That's not a good idea. It's not a good idea for me to kick in a citizen's door. That doesn't feel right. You're not going to get none of that from the National Guard, from the Army, from the Air Force, from the Marines. And for the soldiers that are watching this, me. You know what you went through at basic training. Be honest. You know what you know the mind control that you went through. You know it. You know you didn't talk. You know you didn't go in there and run your mouth. And you know you was in there, sir, yes, sir. And you saw what happened to people who ran their mouths in the military, in basic training. You saw it. So you know the conditioning that you have to go through to be able to go out on the battlefield and follow orders and stuff like that. You know it. Oh, you got to go bomb this little town or whatever. Oh, we got to go bomb this little town. Oh, we got to set off some false flag stuff so that we can have an excuse to go in and on some military stuff. Oh, well, we just have to do it. It's part of my job, you know. Sir, yes, sir. You know what it is. Gangsters, if you are home meditating, like Brother Polight said, I appreciate that. Okay, that was dope. And stay meditating. Stay meditating. Brother Polight, some of these brothers have just got out of jail and they got out early for whatever reason. Okay? They some of them are not really itching to go back. So they're not going to be, you wondering where the gangsters at? The gangsters, for the most part, are the ones that have done hard time in their life. So if somebody was in jail, if a gangster was in jail for 30 years and he's got 16 years left to go, but all of a sudden he was released because of this COVID stuff or whatever was the motivation for these people being let out of jail, he's so happy. I would think, I can only empathize. I'm not saying I'm right on this. I can only empathize. He's so happy that he's out. He's not interested in just jumping back out there to bring his tool and go start some riots and pop off because people are only throwing water bottles and you think they should be strapped and armed and stuff like that. Are you kidding me? And I know you're not exciting riot, but I'm just telling you. He's not doing that. He's glad to be home to see his family and stuff like that. That's what he's glad to do. And if he's gonna set up shop and work in this community or whatever, you know, because there ain't gonna be no jobs waiting for him or whatever. He or she is trying to lay low. They're not trying to put themselves on the front line to do anything, especially over somebody they don't know. Who's Floyd? Who is Floyd? Nothing against their family. Nothing against the Floyd family. So no, I'm not knocking him. What I'm saying is, there's some information out there that suggests that Floyd and this officer have worked together. That they knew each other. There's information out there that this officer that allegedly killed Floyd is also the same officer caught on video at the Sandy Hook incident. Okay? At the Boston incident. How is the same officer at 3 different incidences in 3 different fucking states? Look into it. If I'm wrong on it, you know, pull it. But I've seen the pictures. I've seen the photos. You guys are playing checkers, and the enemy is playing chess. And you are being led with your emotions. And I told you to get out of your feelings. Get out of your emotions. It's a good thing. I was supposed to shave before the video. I couldn't wait to get off the clock to if I could just keep one person from doing something stupid. Leave them Gucci stores, leave Targets, leave Walmarts, leave all that crap alone. Don't burn down anything in anybody's neighborhood. Okay? England runs the United States. England does. And if you're not going over to England to pop off nothing, you just need to fall back. England runs the United States. You'd be surprised how much money the Queen makes per minute. That's another video. Okay? All of you fucktards paying taxes and tolls. All the different families that own the different tolls on the road. That money going straight to these different families and bloodlines. Own the damn toll on the road. None of them live in the United States. We can go into conspiracy forever. Y'all call it conspiracy. I call it conspiracy fact. We know the facts. We know the facts on HIV. We know the facts on AIDS. We know the facts. We know the facts because there were people who came before us who asked why, did the research and left it for us to read. Some of us don't read. And the ones that don't read don't understand the etymology of words, so you don't get the true meaning out of what you read. I got family members, and I'm not going to name them by how they're related to me, because, you know, my goal is not to put anybody on blast. It's just not that believe they know the Bible. I read the Bible. You need to do this. The Bible says this. The Bible says that. You don't know anything about the Bible. I'm talking specifically to these family members who always talking about the Bible. You don't know anything about the Bible. Are you kidding me? What's the proof for you? That's another video, but my spirit is on this right now. You don't understand the etymology of words. So how could you understand the Bible? You take the Bible, when you hear Adam and Eve, you take that as people, a person. You don't even understand how it was written and how it was set up. You don't. I'll never have a conversation with you about the Bible. I just stop you because you don't understand the etymology of words. You don't understand that spelling is actually what that is casting spells. You don't understand that words are being used to manipulate brain waves and the synonyms on purpose to create agitation in your day before it even starts. To give you a small example, this video is 31 minutes. Oh my gosh, I apologize. Good morning. Everybody says good morning to each other. But in your mind, your mind hears morning. Your subconscious hears morning. And it doesn't know the difference between M-O-R or M-O-U-R. Morning as in sun coming up, or morning is I'm sad somebody died. So you got good, and then you pair it with morning. And it has a physical effect on you every time you say it. People close to me say good day. Hi, starfish. They say good day. It's a different vibration than good morning. You could almost feel it if you understand the language of vibration. That's another video. Back to Brother Polight. Brother Polight, I'm watching you a little closer, okay? Because you're way too smart. I've watched a lot of your lectures. I have. And you hold the seat at that round table that exists in my mind. You are way too smart to be suggesting that gang members should be involved in these riots on any level. You're way too smart for that. You're way too smart to suggest that we should be making any actions after just being in the house for 2-3 months. Now, I'm not saying everybody was in the house. I wasn't in the house at all from day one. That's me. But that's another video. Listen, you don't lock somebody up in the house and constrain them. And then soon as they're able to get out, excite them to do something that might get them locked down again. Or a different type of lockdown. And back to Hassan, giving him credit. Everybody who went to these, like Hassan said, everybody who went to these riots bought your cell phones. And Google tracked you. And now you are on the terrorist list. Congratulations. Tell them what you won, Bob. You're on the terrorist list. And they've been playing this game with you in a lot of scenarios. Okay? Like I said, the Facebook Area 51 thing, that was a psyop. Okay? To see who they can identify through Google tracking. To see who they can identify to Facebook who was promoting that, yeah, we need to do this and we need to go. Yeah. Another psyop. All you sleep sheeple. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking you dumb fucks. All you fucktards that got excited over the damn chicken sandwich and was fighting people and cutting motherfuckers in a line. I'm getting in fist fights and stabbing people over the chicken sandwich. There's no hope for you. There's no hope for you. You know, a part of me wish COVID would have got all y'all, to be honest with you. And I can't believe you said that, because you are so determined to give these people permission to move in on us with vaccines and martial law and troops in our neighborhoods and stuff like that. That, that if it came down to being put in a position to fight to save your life, we'd have to fight them and you. So would I rather fight them, or would I rather fight them and you? I mean, that's an easy answer. I'd rather fight nobody. But if I had to choose between the two, you know what I'm choosing. So when the second wave of corona hits and y'all are dumb enough to go to the hospitals and get put on respirators, not understanding that oxygen can't get to your cells, and the respirator is going to make it worse, okay? Because your body doesn't have the potassium, doesn't have the iron that it needs to allow combustion. Maybe you'll just be out of one less bell to answer, one less egg to fry. I apologize for the long rant. It's necessary. Stay home. Go to work, stay home. Go to work, stay home. Go to work and stay home. It's not a good time to be in the street in masses doing any damn thing right now. It's just not. It's not. The America that you believed existed, that never was, is over anyway. It's a new frontier. Where do you intend to shift? Now, I spent 36 minutes in your reality. I'm going to shift that of your reality to my reality. These riots don't exist in my reality. They don't. I'm on some other stuff. I'm going to get out of these clothes. I missed the sunrise talking to you. I'm going to get out of these dirty work clothes, take a shower, and go to a park and get barefoot and taking the sun in the grass. Find some ducks to feed. And it's, my day's going to be different than your day. I'm not bringing my phone. I'm getting into nature. I'm getting my Ralph Smart on. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. I'm getting nature. The second I get off this phone. So I peered into your reality just a little to stick my head through and say, what are you doing? It's not a good time. It's not a good time for you to be in the street moving like you're moving. You young people who see the pallets of bricks by a particular business, there was one kid got on there and videoed it. Said, yo, look, you put the pallet by the business. I ain't going to say the name of the business, but this is set up. They want us to throw these bricks. Congratulations. Big up to you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Now, you shouldn't be out there anyway. I'm glad you were out there and you recorded it. Now, take your butt home and get you some baby spinach and some olives and some avocados and play some video games, because you can't hurt anybody online playing video games. All right? And fall back. Anybody else that sees fuck shit like that, record it, post it. Record the crate of guns you find. Record the crate of bricks you find. Record it. Warn them. Tell them it's a setup. Back out of it. Go home. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night.